On this property, we have boggy conditions on the outside of the fences, like just running all the way through behind this unit. This is, you know, this whole building has like 4 homes all attached together, and then in between in the other building, there's an issue. So from here, from this end of the building to the next, it's quite boggy. There's a number of reasons for that, but first I'll point out, just so we'll have it there. This right here, there's a pipe. That's an 8-inch pipe down there, dual wall pipe that runs, I think from here going that direction. It may come this direction, either way. This is what runs and what all the drainage that's back here is tapped into, it appears. So what we'll do is we'll utilize that system and dump it into that, so that we're not just moving problems to other parts. And but the solution is going to be, for the bogginess that we see through here, is really the grading is pretty flat through here, and as plants grow and change or have been added, the ground, there's just pockets where it sits, and the water doesn't really freely move through all of this organic matter. It doesn't freely move to the drains that we have over here. So for instance, you can see here, there's a series of these drains with atrium grates, and they're pretty much covered with leaves. This is something that probably should be maintained, you know, like with the landscaper should really get these leaves out, because they're clogging the grates, which also causes you know, slower draining issues. The thing is, though, you're not going to have perfect draining even if that is unclogged. So through here, you see this is quite mucky through here, and we're going to alleviate these, and the way that we'll do this is through French drain. There'll be a large Burrito Wrap French drain under the soil. You won't see it. It'll just be it'll be covered with soil, or I mean, it'll be brought up to the surface, and then it'll be covered with pine needles and stuff. So it'll be considered technically like an open French drain, and we'll run it through, and we'll empty it and tap it into the pipes over here. These pipes go straight down, and they tap into the 8-inch pipe that's running along. So you can see it. If you take off one of the lids, you can see that. So we'll tap in between to these systems, so that we're not having to run it all the way to the other side. So you can see through here, it's just kind of like where it's rather flat. This all could technically be graded, but then things have to be taken out. What we would do through here, it's like in between all these bushes that run, that where it's really squishy and everything. You do have drip irrigation. Obviously, irrigation on top of everything else would contribute to this, but all the organic matter just holds on the water, and it just becomes a swamp. So we'll run all that to that one. We'll run all this to the next one, and we'll just keep on running it to the next one. So we'll have a series of French drains that will empty into at the catch basin going this direction. Over here on this last unit, you can see this is a pop-up. This is actually a contributing factor to the muckiness that we have, like the swampiness. I uncovered it because this seemed like a really wet spot. This is the wettest spot we have right now. Right here, it's just swampy. So what it appears is that when there was work done back here, that these downspouts were diverted and put into a pop-up rather than being tapped into the existing system that's here. I think it may have been tapped in at one point. I'm not exactly sure what happened, or maybe the developer put that there just because they forgot to tap it. I'm not sure. So we will need to take this, and we'll need to tap it into, so we'll need to find wherever this is coming from and tap it into the existing system. And again, we'll install a French drain through here, right through here, and it'll kind of snake through so that we're not destroying everything. It'll be about 18 inches wide. We'll bring it all the way through here, and then we'll empty it into, tap it into that system over there. All right, so here we are. We had to move our trench a little bit close to the fence, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna shape the ground so it all works out. This is our French drain trench. You can see how clean it is. It's sloped down to our catch basins. This is where our entrance to our pipe system underneath. We're having to be very careful. There's electricity and gas running through here. These catch basins here, we're going to tap right into it. So our French drain's going to run right to it, catch basins capture bulk water, all the surface water, and you see we're running it through here. This is our ridge where we come back, go that direction, and then we come this direction with our other French drain. So it's like one big continuous French drain that's going in different directions. And here's our other catch basin. Right here, we couldn't get our machine over here because of all the utilities, so we hand dug this. This is our French drain trench. Kind of meanders through some shrubs. Comes out this way. And this is where we're going to tap into the existing system down there. So that's where it ends. All right, so here's the middle drain. This is how we're exiting our pipes here. So you see, we actually put the tap T in here already. That's sealant. It's all goopy, but it's fine. We just put a bunch in there and just make sure it's all good to go. But what we do is we drill through the side. This is like an 8-inch, or no, actually probably 12-inch pipe here, and this 12-inch pipe is running down into a much larger drain system. So what we've done is we've taken our French drains, and actually this one peaks on both sides, and we have these inlets. So we drilled into the side, and so all this water is going to drain right into the side over here. That way we're not going to have to worry about daylighting it or anything like that. But this is a rubberized sealant here that'll keep water from pulsing in and out. It'll all drain through and go off into our storm drain, which is tapped into the sewer. We did this on all the sides. We have a few storm drains all the way through here, and this is how they're all exited. One of the best benefits as a professional for this French drain man pipe, for installation at least, is that you can stand on it, you can walk on it. It doesn't break, it doesn't collapse, because it's so strong. And that means a lot when it comes to installation, because you're standing on the pipe. You have to stand on the pipe. If you can't stand on the pipe and it cracks or it collapses, you're damaging your pipe during installation, and you have a compromised system. All right, so we have our pipe in. We have our end caps here with gaskets and fabric. That's how we stop the rock from getting in. And this middle one is actually our main pipe that's connected to our drain over there. And all the rest are here to create air and allow flow. So you can see all these three pipes, and we're going to put 2 to 5 inch stone on it, so it's going to have a lot of air in it. And but what this extra pipe does, it creates all this dry area where roots are not going to be able to grow in. There's just all kinds of area that are going to be completely dry, and it's all going to drain into the middle and to the drain at the end. This is one way. For one, you can reduce the amount of stone you need, even though it's about the same price. The rock stone versus pipe is a similar cost, but the dryness factor you get out of your French drain is much better with this French drain man pipe. Now, I wouldn't do quite the same thing with a pipe that is not as strong. This is a very strong pipe. It can handle weight in all kinds of ways. If you're dealing with an inferior pipe, it may not handle the stack up the same way. Getting our stone delivered. All right, that is actually a larger stone than we expected. All right, so we have really large stone, but it's going to work. It's going to drain really well. It works for our purposes, and we're just covering up our pipe here with the stone. We have to stand on the pipe so it doesn't get under the stone underneath, so the stone doesn't get underneath the pipe. There's a dead tree here. It's impeding our ability to get through this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out, but just showing it is dead. It's not a single leaf on it. It's completely dead. So we're going to knock it out. All right, we have our drain in. It is all the way up to the top. It's full of stone and pipe. All the water, any extra water when it rains, is going to go right into this catch basin, into this drain system down here, all the way through to the other side. All right, we have our drain. It's burrito wrapped. We're going to cover it up with pine needles. It goes all the way here. You saw it before. It's all tapped in there. All right, we're covering it back up with rocks. This was clogged. We went ahead and unclogged it. This one's stuck on. It's connected to a PVC pipe that goes all the way up That is probably not working, and it's all hollowed out over there. That's on the other direction, so just maybe something that one of these, wherever that comes from, they want to take care of it. All right, and here's the drain. We just put pine needles all over the bed. It's gonna be an open French drain, so just pine needles on top of it. Put all the rocks back. Everything's gonna drain. So this place will be a lot drier than it once before.